Canon officially registered 2 new cameras in China, which means we can expect the R5II and likely also the R1 to be announced pretty soon. I will give you some details about those cameras and also what to expect in terms of specs and what the rumors are. But before that, a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button to not miss any of the upcoming rumors. So Canon registered 2 new cameras in China. Actually, there's also a third model, but this is a cine model. The 2 models that I will talk about today are R-mount cameras. So let's dig into the official registration. Let's kick off with the first camera with the code DS126922 that has been registered back in February. And as you can see, the only info we can learn from this registration is that it has dual Wi-Fi support. Usually this means that this is a mid or higher end model because lower end models only do support 2.4 GHz. So we can expect this to be a more interesting model. And according to rumors, the next cameras to be announced by Canon is the R5II. So I guess this code is for the R5II. The registration is February 4th, so we can expect that this camera will be announced within the next 3-4 months. So max in June, we should be able to pre-order the new R5II. I'm going to share the rumored specs of this camera soon, but before that we quickly dig into the second registration, which is for a camera with the code DS126928. This has been registered on March 29 and it again supports dual band Wi-Fi. March 29 registration means that max in July, August, we should be able to pre-order this camera, and I do believe that this camera is the R1. So finally the R1 is likely to be announced sometimes in early summer. And now, what are the possible specs of the R5II and the R1? That's all rumors, of course, so we don't have solid info as of yet. And let's kick off with the R5II that is rumored to have a new 45 megapixel BSI sensor, which Canon rumors believe to have a stacked design, a 3.2 OLED articulating screen, new DJI processor, no mechanical shutter, 16 frames per second, new AI autofocus features, 8K RAW, 4K 120 frames per second, Canon lock 123, and shipment should kick off in June-July. My take on those rumors is that I certainly do believe the R5II will be announced in May or June. I can also see it keeping the same 45 megapixel resolution with a newer sensor design. Makes sense. There's no need to crank up the megapixel and there's no need for that. And all the other specs are reasonable, so I think they are a good guess. And so I can expect some of those specs to certainly become true on the R5II, but I don't know if they are really truly 100% correct. When it comes to the R1, the rumors are even more unreliable because we saw all kinds of possible rumors on this camera, like having global shutter, then no global shutter, higher megapixel, lower megapixel. So I think we can be very sure that what we read is pretty much wrong. The latest bunch of rumors says that it's basically going to be a Sony A9 III competitor, playing the same kind of field when it comes to the, for example, frame rate, speed, autofocus performance, and appealing to the same kind of photographers, so sports photographers, wildlife photographers. This will be a 30 megapixel sensor that it's going to be used, that is stacked, and also have no mechanical shutter and 120 frames per second, just like the Sony A9 III. To wrap it up, we are going to get 2 new R cameras pretty soon, between May and August, with the first camera to be announced being the R5II and after that the R1. The rumored specs that I told you before are still unconfirmed, so take it with a grain of salt, but I think they are a good guess, and I don't think the real cameras will be much different than the rumored specs that I just gave you. And folks, as soon as I have some confirmation and possible images or specs about those cameras, I will make a new video, so please again subscribe, hit the notification button, and see you soon.